welcome to Soul Damn Good. This is my YouTube channel where I do pick a card readings for whoever is interested in learning a little bit about the wisdom, the guidance, the clarity that the universe or spirit has to offer. I am a oracle and tarot card reader, and this reading today is going to be all about what spring has to bring for you. So, in just a moment, you're going to see 4 piles with 4 crystals out in front of you to choose from. Now, I want you to choose with your heart, with your intuition, and not necessarily so much with your mind. So, don't choose a pile just because you think the crystal is the most beautiful. You could do it that way, but you might not find the message that really is meant to be yours. The way that you're going to find the message is by connecting to your intuition. So maybe pausing this video, go get yourself a cup of tea, find a nice quiet space where you can rest, where you can sit and meditate, possibly for a couple of minutes, or just focus on your breath, tuning into your inner heart space. And then in just a moment, I'll show you the 4 piles, and then you can pick which one you believe has a message for you. So we're going to go into the pile selection. Like I said, get cozy, get comfortable, and you're not going to mess this up. So trust yourself and trust your intuition. Okay, let's jump into it. What does spring have to bring for you? So here are the 4 card choices out in front here. We've got card choice number 1. This is lapis lazuli, a worry stone. I just got it in the mail. Super pretty. And second choice, pile number 2. This is green adventuring. And pile number 3, we have a red adventuring. And pile number 4, we've got another worry stone, and I can't remember what this one is, but that's what it looks like. Okay, so let's find out what spring has to bring for you. Okay, before you choose, maybe you already have chosen, and that's great, but if you haven't chosen, I don't want you to choose with your eyes necessarily, but more so choosing with your intuition. So one way that you could do that is first cast your gaze over the piles, and then maybe close your eyes and imagine that you're reaching out to each one of the piles. And as you reach out to each of the piles to flip the cards over, see which one flips over more naturally for you, if that makes sense. It's a little bit of a intuition trick that I like to use when I'm picking cards. So see if that works for you. I'm going to give you about a minute just to look over the piles, just to connect. What does spring have to bring with you or for you? Okay. So we're going to get that started. And then if you already have your pile in mind, you can go to the comments or the information box below and then click on your timestamp. There's going to be a timestamp that'll take you directly to your reading. All right, here we go. Hello, pile number 1s. If you chose this lapis lazuli worry stone, then this is your reading. So I'll put your crystal up here. Let's go ahead and find out what spring will bring for you. First card is the 9 of coins. These are your tarot cards. I'm going to start with tarot, and then we'll move on to oracle. And then we'll pull some fresh cards to get some more information. Second is the 6 of wands. And then your third tarot card is the Tower card. Fear not. The Tower card is typically an omen that something will fall apart. But, so seeing that beside the Nine of Coins and the Six of Wands, I can see that whatever it is that's going to fall apart, be that financial, career, relationship, mental health, it's going to happen because you've already built up so much other sustainable, positive, experiences. Let me just start with your Nine of Coins. So it's really cool, I think, that you got this card for what's coming in spring, because in the picture you can see that all of these coins have blossomed in a field of flowers, and there's this feminine figure flying on a bird, kind of not really bothered, not really worried, kind of happy with the fact that she's built up this sustainable environment around her. So the coins are talking about financial abundance, the Nine of Coins, financial independence. So that if that's something that you've been working towards, maybe paying off your debts, maybe getting a new kind of health insurance, or, you know, it could be a lot of different things. Maybe saving up enough money to buy a new car, or just a car, or a home, you know what I mean? Like some kind of financial abundant energy will be coming for you in spring. So that's really good. You've got the Six of Wands. So this is talking about accomplishment and being acknowledged and recognized for what you're accomplishing. So in the spring, I can see maybe you're coming out with this new way of expressing yourself in the workplace, or new creative ideas coming up in your hobbies. If you've got like a little side hustle going on, your passion project, you will be recognized for that. You're going to be kind of put in the spotlight in a really positive way. And going back to the Nine of Coins, this is also kind of that energy of treating yourself, taking care of yourself, with the abundance that you've built for yourself. And then the Six of Wands going along with it, I just see as a really positive way to enter into spring. So the Tower card, like I said, this is about anything that's not sustainable or wasn't built on solid ground is going to fall apart no matter what. And that's just true for everything in life. If you build a relationship without trust as the basis for it, that relationship will eventually fall. If you start a job and you're just, you're not really all the way in it, you kind of half do your work because it's not really meant for you, then that's going to fall away. So something in your life, relationship, career, it could be a lot of different things, it could be anything, is going to fall away. And it could seem really catastrophic at the time. Like you see at the top of the tower, there's like this monster, and then this person is falling out of the tower. But I really like how it's depicted in this card. There's like these butterflies all around this person, still like softening the fall. So, of course, whenever the things that aren't meant for you fall away, it's going to be a scary feeling. But at the same time, there's always going to be something else that this tower experience will create more space for in your life. So if something has been taking up space in your life that just doesn't work for you, then that's going to be falling away and something new will come out of it. And it may seem a little bit scary. So just thinking now before any of this stuff happens, kind of thinking, what could it be about? Like, what do I have going on in my life that could eventually turn into a tower moment? Being honest with yourself is the best way to move forward. But otherwise, I'm seeing some good stuff for pile number 1 for your spring. So let's keep going. Let's look at your oracle cards and see what else comes up. So from the, what is this? The Journey to the Goddess Realm Oracle deck. This is a new one that I've got. You got Seshat, I think. Is that how you pronounce that? I'm not sure. Looks like an Egyptian goddess. but I'm also not sure about that. Actually, let me just pull my book out because I've got it right next to me. But you got the card number 29, intellect. And then, so 29 adds up to 11, and then comes down to the number 2. So if you're thinking in terms of numerology, 11 being the master number, kind of synchronicity. So looking for synchronicities. If you see 11 on the clock a lot, then that's an indication that you're moving towards the right direction. And then the number 2 is talking about, relationships. So perhaps this tower moment could have to do with relationships. Just thinking about that if you are into numerology. But the card that I pulled is specifically about intellect. So something to do with intellect in the spring. Let me get a little bit more information. I'm going to pull out my book. So, Seshat. Yes, ancient Egyptian goddess Seshat is the record keeper and the writer of knowledge and wisdom. Her name means she who scribes. So some of you may be writers, maybe writing is your passion project, maybe writing is what's going to bring you abundance or something that's going to bring you a little bit of recognition. So if you've ever thought about entering a poetry competition or a short story competition, then this is a good omen for that. Also, if you do writing in your job, or if there's a job that you're looking to do that has writing as a component of it, then that's also a good omen for your spring. And then also journaling. If you don't journal already, definitely recommend get yourself a journal and start a daily practice. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. She invented letters and works with Thoth, who invented writing. Seshat is the high priestess of literature and libraries. The 7-rayed star is her emblem, which is depicted above her head in a crown chakra. She wears the leopard hide, symbolic of her high-ranking priestess role. So high-ranking priestess role, I think the 6 of Wands is also kind of like you're seen as someone in the position of authority, position of people would look to you for information, people would look to you for advice. So that may be coming in for you in the spring. She's a master of math and geometry. She is used to measure sacred grid lines on the earth. She informs you to make the time to use and enjoy the earthly gift of the written word. This sacred form of encoding and sharing information is valuable, whether through works of literature, scholarship, diplomacy, or creative expression. So something to do with writing, something to do with creating, expressing yourself is going to be part of your spring. So keywords for Seshat is intellect, study, research, documentation. If you're thinking about going back to school or looking at different programs you could do to further develop your knowledge in a certain subject, a passion project, or career. Talking about mathematics, again, keeping a journal, education, information, storyteller, and critical thinking. All right, cool. Let's keep going. Let's see what else your cards have for you. So we've got the card patterns. We've got diving to new depths, number 2 once again. So that number 2 came up twice. And this card says, there's a deeper meaning to what is happening. You might be looking at this from the surface and missing what is really going on. Take a moment to pause and breathe. Allow yourself to dive deeper into what it is you are feeling about your current situation. So reflecting over patterns. I think when this tower moment does happen for you, using your intellect instead of going full on like emotional roller coaster outburst, using your head to, obviously you want to feel the emotions of that experience, but you want to use your head to recognize the patterns in your life that may have caused this experience. Really important. So it could be something to do with like any addictions that you have, any negative self-talk, like recognizing these patterns. I feel like this tower moment is going to be one that you felt before. So it's happened before, it's become this pattern, so you become comfortable in having these moments of like chaos when these, I'm going to say spirit, but let's say spirit is trying to remind you, or your higher self, whatever impulse told you to choose this pile is here to remind you that you don't have to interact with these patterns anymore. Like this can be that last kind of cycle for you to be able to move out of that space, take a quantum leap into the next level of your life. Raising your vibration, changing the way that you interact with the world so that you can move on, so that you can find more financial stability, independence, so that you can get more recognition for the good shit that you're doing. So using your intellect to recognize these patterns that may have caused this kind of chaotic moment, and then diving into the new depths. So once you are able to recognize the patterns using your intellect, that's when you can move into the realm of the emotions, the emotional body. You can say, okay, well, whenever this happens, my stomach gets tight, or my shoulders tense up, or I feel my heartbeat getting faster. And then when you move into your emotional body, you say, well, that makes me feel anxious, sad, afraid, angry. It's like processing the emotions after you recognize where they're coming from. Seeing that pattern as part of your programming from whatever traumas you've experienced in your life, and being able to move on for that, being able to be taking an outsider perspective to whatever that was. Okay, we got one more card here, and it says, yeah, for sure. So illumination, look at that, card number 2 again. Number 2 again. So I would say for some of you, this is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with all of you. It's not going to be the same circumstance with all of you. But I do see that this experience of the tower moment, the chaos, might have to do with your relationships. Might have to do with romantic relationships, platonic relationships, family, friends, all of the above, and you're going to find illumination. So yeah, I think that's really cool. You're going to use your intellect to seek out patterns. You're going to dive deep, and you're going to come out illuminated. You're going to be like, oh my God, okay, that makes sense. So the month of March, you may or may not know, right now, there's no retrogrades for any of the planets for the whole month of March. So things are really moving forward. There's not a whole bunch pulling us back. You may already be familiar with the term Mercury retrograde. That's something that happens 3 to 4 times a year, I think. I could be wrong. But, and that's whenever our mental space kind of gets foggy. You'll mess up your words. You might have internet connection problems, all kinds of stuff like that. For the month of March, there's no planets in retrograde, and this doesn't happen very often. This is a really good time to just move forward, and especially since it's the start of the new lunar astrological year, whenever the sun moves into Aries in April, or actually it's the end of March. So at the end of March, everything's just kind of moving forward. So this is going to probably be the time where you're realizing things. This is the year of realizing things. Yeah, so cool. I'm going to pull some more cards for you. I think this is making a lot of sense. I want to get a little bit more clarification. Okay. Yeah, so this card came up for you. This just says transformation and change. So the Tower card is all about transformation. It's all about upheaval, change. But it looks to me like situated around your Tower moment, which a lot of people might be a little bit afraid of, around that moment is a lot of support. Financial support from the people around you, creative support. And I think this moment is it's the end of a cycle. Maybe the end of a long cycle. Maybe the end of a long pattern of behavior from you that started all the way back in your childhood. You might not even remember it. So this illumination card, that's a chance for you to go back and maybe even do a little bit of inner child healing, remembering a situation. You're like, oh my God, I didn't realize how deeply that affected me at the time, and how I've brought that patterning all the way up until this moment. So this Tower moment could be the very last in this kind of situation for you. The next card, air magic. Oh yeah, so this dude, he's got a quill. He's gonna be writing a letter, because I think that's it's like a falcon or something, but I can just imagine he writes a letter and he sends it off. So check that out. She's got the same thing here. She's writing. So definitely get a journal, and journal the shit out of whatever this past patterning was for you. Journaling is going to help you dive deeper, for sure. Okay, so let's pull a little bit more information for pile number 1. You've got weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. You've been carrying something for a long time, and the reason that you carry it is because you have a pattern of doing so. But it's not yours anymore. You're setting your boundaries and you're letting it go. And I do think that for a lot of you, this situation has to do with other people. And so setting up boundaries for yourself. Let's see. And if you feel like you've got to figure everything out for everyone, if you're one of those people that's like, I've got to solve racism, I've got to solve climate change, I've got to do this and that. Like, no, you don't actually. You got to solve the stuff. You got to solve your own stuff. Okay. You got portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards and wild cards. So with rewards, I see same kind of energy with the 6 of Wands. When you're able to let go of whatever it was that's been holding you back, you're going to find a new way to be in this world, a new way that you've never been before. People are going to recognize that for you. You're going to be rewarded for it. Doors will open to you. You'll have new opportunities. Wherever you seek to have opportunities, they will be there for you if you trust that, if you do your work. It says loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. I did mention addiction earlier, so of course addiction doesn't have to be drugs, alcohol. It can be a whole number of things, a lot of different things. Are you addicted to online shopping? Are you addicted to looking at your phone? Are you addicted to eating snacks? Are you addicted to avoiding exercise? Or, that's a little out there, but yeah, loosening your grip, and also letting go of any ideas that you have to solve the world's problems. Okay, let's see. I've got a couple more decks. We're just going to pull out some more messages just on top of all of this to see if there's anything else we can uncover about what spring is bringing for you. For pile number 1, can we get any more information about what spring has in store? Breathe. Number 29 again. Okay, that's pretty cool. So this intellect is number 29, 2, 2. So just, wow, if you've been seeing 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2s, like, that means you're in alignment. Same thing with 11, 11, 11. Like any numbers and repeating, but especially for you guys, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2s. Breathe. Yeah, you're good. Especially, I think this is a message for when you do experience that tower moment. Will you be able to find a space to meditate, to mother yourself, I've been doing this a lot lately. If I'm feeling anxious and I have time, I'll make time. I'll lie down or wherever I am, really close my eyes and kind of just like talk to myself like a 4-year-old, basically, like, you're okay, it's gonna be fine, take a big breath now, like really slowing down, breathing. So when this tower moment happens, however big or small, the spirit is reminding you to breathe. It's gonna be all right. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, loosen your grip, breathe. Portals are opening for you. It's going to be painful to dive into what it is that has held you back, has kept you held in a pattern for so long. But pain isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's something I'm also learning, okay? So pain is just the brain's way, or mental pain at least, is just the brain's way of letting you know that you're not in alignment with who you truly are, what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be interacting with others. So yes, pain is painful, but it's not a bad thing. And write it out. I just wanted to say that again. Get a journal, write it out. Very clear. listen to the small voice within. Okay, what was I just saying about me babying myself? It's almost like, yeah, there's like this angel on my shoulder, and it's like, you're gonna be okay. It's all okay. Just breathe. Don't worry about this detail. Don't worry about that detail. Don't worry about what this person's gonna think. Breathe. This moment is all that you have to worry about. And you don't actually have to worry at all. That kind of thing. It's like a sweet energy of just self-care. Okay. I'll pull one more card from the Flower Oracle deck, or Flower Petals Oracle. I thought it would be fitting for spring. What else can we share? What else for pile number 1 to close out this reading? Okay, so like a bunch of cards fell out there. Reminder that you're supported in this change. You got Snapdragon. It says listen with care, speak with kindness. Yeah, so I feel like there may be a moment of contention between you and the other, the non-self, someone else. So being able to bring about some peace in that situation. That says the answers and truth are always within. So yeah, listen to the small voice within. How about one more? There's a bird outside of the window, so if birds are, popping up in your life, trusting that synchronicity, they're little guides for you. And then finally, play, laugh, and find joy. I think that's the overarching message for everyone in spring. This spring, we've had a really tough year last year. Here in Texas, we had a really strange kind of winter thing happening. But just in general, like, having fun, going back to that childlike innocence, joyfulness, and everything's gonna be cool. And you're gonna get through this, and you're gonna come out stronger, and you're gonna come out transformed and changed and magical. So thank you so much, pile number 1, for watching this video, for connecting with me. Please let me know in the comments if any of this has resonated with you. And yeah, good luck. Happy spring. Hey there, pile number 2s. Thank you for watching this video and picking this beautiful green adventurine worry stone. This reminds me of, if you ever watched Dragon Tales, you know when Max and Emmy, like, they grab the crystal and that's what takes them to Dragonland? That's what this reminds me of. So right away I'm thinking like joyful childhood adventure. It's also called adventuring. I don't know why I'm like doing this to the camera, but anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, hi. Time to get a wrinkle cream. No, I'm just playing. That's stupid. Okay. Pile number 2. What does spring have to bring for you? We're going to start with your tarot cards. First of all, you've got the 7 of Wands. Then you've got the 2 of Coins. And lastly, for your tarot, you've got the Page of Wands. Okay. Okay. So 2 cards that are wand cards. Some kind of fiery spirit, like action-oriented time for you. You may be a fire sign, or you may have a fire placement in your chart. This is talking about astrology. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, anything like that. So we've also got the 2 of Coins, so some earth energy. Let's see. So what does spring have to bring for pile number 2? So So you're gonna have to manage your time. You're gonna have to, perhaps you'll have like a new responsibility or hobby or yeah, something new coming in that you're gonna have to balance out with what you already got going on in your life, and you're gonna be able to balance it out. And all your cards are upright, so there's no reversal. So that's a really good thing. In terms of these cards, I would say. For some reason, I wanted to start with the Two of Coins. I gravitated to this card first, so I'm seeing you enjoying balancing multitasking. Maybe if multitasking has been an issue for you in the past, you're going to find a new balance, a new way to do it. You're going to find your groove. You're going to be able to make it work. And you got like this like little winky cat here, so it's kind of this playful energy of like, I'm busy, I'm doing this, I'm doing a little bit of that, and I'm still like playful, tongue in cheek, like winking at the hilarity of my life. The chaos in a good way, that you're not going to be bored. You're definitely not going to be bored, and you're not the type of person who likes to be bored. I can see that. You may have to look out for conflict, for competition, for people misunderstanding you. So you've got the Page of Wands. I'm going to start actually here. And this is like a very playful, exuberant energy. So maybe springtime is when you really come alive and you feel musical, you feel like dancing, you feel like being silly, you feel like going your own way, moving to the rhythm of your own drum. I laugh because it's just so cliche, but that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, you're just kind of having your own good time. You may be excited to, if in the springtime we're able to spend a little bit more time outside with other people in a safe way, then I can see that that's something that's really exciting for you. And of course, this reading can be interpreted at any time, but I'm reading it in the time of COVID and the time of a pandemic. We're a year into the pandemic, and I can see that you're going to have the experience of letting loose in the spring, in a safe way, of course. So yeah, you're going to be balancing your responsibilities, but you're going to definitely make some time for fun. And there may be some naysayers, some people who misunderstand you. I feel like when I see the Seven of Wands, I'm just picturing this. This is you, okay? And you got like this aura of light around you, and you're just high vibing, and you're up on your own mountain. And then there's these people down here, they got like circles under their eyes. They're like not that happy. They're a little bit mad. They're a little bit pissed off because you got something that they want. And I think what you have is this lightheartedness. You know, some people around you might be going through a tougher time, and so they're not so enthused about how enthused you are. But let's get a little bit more information. That's something that could be a potential kind of energy for some of you in spring, but overall it looks pretty fun. Looks like you work hard, you play hard, and you're gonna have to learn how to set up some boundaries for those who misunderstand, you know? Okay, cool. The next card is boundaries. So yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Also, 27. So you had the Two of Coins, you got the Seven of Wands. So there's a little bit of synchronicity for you. I like to make connections that sometimes other people would say aren't there. But you know what? Whatever. Boundaries. You're drawing your line in the sand and you're saying, no, thank you to your negativity. I am on my own vibe right now. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm getting my shit taken care of. Like, I'm not neglecting any responsibilities. I'm not hurting anyone, and I'm not gonna let you kill my vibe, basically. You're setting your boundaries. For good. You're like, nuh-uh. This is this is it. I'm putting my stop. I'm putting my hand out. Stop in the name of love, right? With love, stop. And that's cool that I actually see that this guy's got his little hand out too, facing these people. This lady's got her hand out facing, you know, whatever it is over, not pictured here. That, yeah, not cool. So setting up boundaries, that's cool. Why did I say cool so many times? I don't know. You're probably pretty cool. I get that vibe that the people who chose pile number 2 are pretty like cool and like people want to be around you. People want to be like you, and some people are going to be jealous of you. That's okay. Revolution up next. So you may be like an Aquarius energy also, or you may be kind of like fuck the system. Hopefully you are like that. And you may, yeah, I can see that you're like, you're doing things your own way. You want to cause revolution in the way that things are because you think they're a little bit too stagnant. So when you do put up your boundaries, you've got space to revolt in your own way, do your own thing. And of course, in any revolution, there's going to be people who want things to stay exactly as they are. Okay, that's normal. That's what happens. So being mindful of that energy. You know what? It is important that you're putting boundaries up towards these people, but I want to focus a little bit more on you because I can see you're doing your stuff. Like you're taking care of business and you're making changes. You're surrounded by prosperity. Your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality that exists with that which exists outside the known is beyond measure. That which exists outside the known is beyond measure. You're seeing the bigger picture. You're like, oh my God, I've been so shrouded in this damp, dark reality that has been placed on us people who are really these creative, intelligent, amazing beings. You're finally seeing like, okay, I don't have to live in that certain way. I can do both. I can have a good time. I can take care of my business. I don't have to listen to the way that things are supposed to be. You're starting to see that you're already surrounded by prosperity. You're surrounded by glorious abundance, and you're ready to make some changes. Yeah, you've got fresh approach. So yeah, you're doing things a new way. That's it. Pile number 2 is changing it up, switching it up, and following, again, the beat of your own. You know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I think all of these cards go together really nicely. I like your energy, pile number 2. Already, this reading is a little bit quicker than the one before, so I'm just going to go into the cards that I shuffle on camera so that you can see kind of the reason I love card readings and doing live readings is because whenever I've got part of the message out, then I can shuffle, and then some other cards jump out, and then it's kind of like, oh, that makes sense. I don't know. I just got distracted. But anyway, imagine. So yeah, being open to these new ideas, this fresh approach, whatever you can imagine, you can achieve. I also see you've got a couple of moons pictured in your card. So 1, 2, 3 moons. So if you haven't already started to follow the cycles of the moon, I know it's kind of this like popular kind of trendy thing to do, but it's also fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy being like, oh, we've got a new moon in blah, blah, blah today. Or, oh, yeah, it's just like a ritual. Every 2 weeks there's something to look forward to. So it's like extra holidays in the month, in my opinion. So if you haven't already, following the moon cycles and then like really expanding what you believe to be possible, taking a fresh approach. This is such a fun, springy energy. I'm getting like chills from this pile. You're really stepping out and you're stepping up and you're saying, fuck what y'all say, fuck the system, excuse my French, but I'm gonna try something new, and I believe that you guys can make anything happen, anything. And you got TikTok. TikTok. What could that mean? Ooh, okay. I just had an idea. It could be for some of you, this could be true. Okay. It seems like someone of an older generation, maybe in your family, maybe like a grandfather, because I just see this pocket watch and I'm like, who carries pocket watches? Grandpas do. So maybe you have like someone of the older generation, someone who, I don't want to put it like so harshly, but whose time is like coming to an end, you know? Ooh, yeah, I'm thinking like an older way of thinking is on its way out. And so you are part of the revolution of, I'm assuming you're younger if you're watching this. Maybe, I don't know. You might not be. You might just have a younger mindset, a more playful mindset. You're like, okay, TikTok, old folks, we're getting rid of your outdated ways of thinking. You know, we're bringing in the new stuff. And with all due respect, because the way that these people thought back in the day was the way that they had to think to get by with the environment that they were living in. But now times have changed. Yes, times have changed. So we're imagining a new world together. And, ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Okay. Let's get some more cards for you. Okay, so I just saw this on the bottom of the deck. It says new life. You guys are really switching things up. Fresh approach, new life, surrounded by prosperity, revolution, setting up your boundaries, doing your shit. You're balancing everything really well. You've got it going on, pile number 2. I've got to say that. You've got it going on. You're vibing high. And then, yeah, there's the people that are like, you know, but yeah. Look at you. Look at you. You're like stretching out. You're feeling good. You're waking up in the morning. You're not hungover. You haven't eaten, you know, a freaking giant bowl of SpaghettiOs the night before. I don't know. If you like SpaghettiOs, go ahead and eat SpaghettiOs. But what I'm saying is you're waking up, you're feeling good. Okay? You're moving towards this new life. Oh, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Okay. I'm going to move on to a different deck. Pile number 2, go with the flow. Oh, see, like again, look at this just bliss, this like, you're vibing. I have to stop saying that. I am cringing at myself, but yes, I can see that like you're going with the flow, you're doing your thing, you're not looking back. You're not questioning, oh, am I taking it too far? Should I heed, what other people have to say? No, you gotta just listen to your heart. This actually came out for pile number 1 as well. Air magic. If you don't already, get yourself a journal. And then write. Write about your experiences. Write about how you're feeling. Write about your thoughts. I can see that you've got a lot of good ideas, a lot of impassioned ideas. So write them down. That's just a little piece of advice. Writing stuff down, always a good idea. Okay, what else? Pile number 2. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Okay, so back to this TikTok card. I was going to say this as well. So that could have to do with, old generation, old way of doing things, clearing all of that out. But I also was thinking TikTok, even if you are a little bit older, or wherever you are in your life, if you had this idea that you are too late to try something new, to follow your passions, to follow your dreams, this is a really strong confirmation that that is not the case. Trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. You still have time to create the new life you want. You have all the time in the world to imagine that life, to set up your boundaries, to imagine yourself a new, fresh approach, surrounded by prosperity, going with the flow. You've got time. You've got all the time you need. So, really good. Awesome. Time is not running out. Even if you think it is. Even if that's a message that you've received that, you're 29 now, so you have to have had children, or at least have a wife. You've got to have a mortgage, blah, blah, blah. All that. It's not the case. It isn't. You've got so much prosperity coming in, so much exciting opportunities, really shaking it up. I can just imagine, like, I see an image of you clearing out any clutter and cleansing your space and just creating space for the newness to come in. Next card you got is life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning, earth school. So yeah, so trying out things, hobbies that you've been like in the past. Ooh, I think I want to do that. Maybe I'll do that one day. Like, no, do that now. This is the time for you to play, to explore, to try out new things. And if you try something out and you're like, you know what, that's really not for me, then you have that experience, you have a deeper understanding of what is and isn't for you. You've got time. Don't worry about time running out. Whatever it is, like for example, if you thought, ooh, I'd love to try mixed martial arts, but going to a mixed martial arts gym by myself would be scary, blah, 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 and oh, I've got this to do, that to do, just go and do it. Whatever it is. If you want to try pottery or whatever it is. Let me think of some more examples. In kayaking, paddleboarding. If you want to try calligraphy, if you want to learn Japanese, if you want to learn how to make sushi, yeah, do it. This is your time to explore. This is your time to do something ridiculous. Skydiving, I could see if you've been like, I want to go skydiving, and that's a good one for you as well. Okay, moving swiftly on. Let's see. Going to a different. Oh my God! Again, it's okay to take your time. Take your time. Explore. I'm getting really hyped for this one. I realize my energy is like super intense. I'm just gonna take a deep breath. 3 things about time. TikTok, trust the timing. It's okay to take your time. That is a strong message. I feel like some of you have been told that you need to have this done or this done or this done or this done by whenever. Or like, yeah, I've already kind of mentioned that, but like you don't. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to play. And it's okay to set boundaries with the people in your life that are telling you otherwise. Or if they're telling you things, anyway, this says believe in yourself. So maybe take a dance class as well. If they're telling you things that make you stressed out, be like, look, I love you. If you love them, you don't even have to talk to them. If you don't love them, fuck them. But if you do love them, you can say, listen, I love you. I appreciate you. I know that you have my best interest in heart. But I need you to stop saying blank, 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 because it's stressing me out. Or you can, say whatever you want, but set those boundaries. And then if they come at you with that bullshit again, you be like, no. You be like, no. Okay. And you can do it. I mean, you guys are vibrant. You guys are magical. You guys are imagining a new way for all of us to exist in this world. You're creating a reality for yourself that then creates a more beautiful reality for everyone else. Oh, love that. Let's get a couple more. This is from the Flower Petals Oracle. And yeah, thought that would be real cute for spring. This is what the back of the deck looks like. Flowers. Okay, pile number 2. Practice courage each day. Sunflower. Yeah, trying new things, going out of your comfort zone, believing in yourself, practicing courage to go outside of the box, to imagine a new world. Let's see if there's anything else for you. Any other messages? This one popped out. That's just a nice message. Orchid, your uniqueness is always perfectly lovely. Believe in yourself. Your uniqueness is lovely. I can see that. Yeah, we may have some Aquariuses in here. If you have any Aquarius in your chart, recognizing that it's good that you're unique. You're starting a revolution with just being who you are, and you might have to go it alone sometimes, but that's cool too. That's cool. You're cool. I already told you that a few times. Hope you don't think I'm flirting with you. Wink, wink. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any input or insights, or you just want to say hey. And have a great day. Have a great spring. I can see you guys blossoming this springtime. All right, catch you later. Bye. What is up, pile number 3? If you chose this red adventurine stone, then this reading is for you. Let's find out what spring has to bring for you guys. All right, let's dive into your cards. To begin with, we've got your tarot cards. Number 1, you got the 4 of Cups in reverse. Card number 2, you've got the Fool in reverse. Actually, I think I'm holding the cards upside down. Let me see. I am, yeah. Because I remember, I don't look at the cards beforehand, but I do remember the Fool popped out and I saw it upright. So I think I accidentally flipped the cards over in my hands. So I'm going to do that again. Okay. Like I said, I actually haven't looked at, oh, and that's not even the 4 of Cups. It's the 2 of Cups. Just bear with me, okay? Thank you. Okay, this is correct. I'm not manipulating your cards. I really do remember Fool popped out upright, and then I put it back in the pile, and then they got turned around. This is what came out for you. You got the 2 of Cups upright, you've got the Fool upright, and you've got the Knight of Swords upright. Sweet. Okay. So I'll just interpret these cards, and then we'll move into your oracle cards, and we'll see what spring has to bring for you. Good vibes. Good vibes to begin with. You got the 2 of Cups. This is a soulmate card. So, soulmate card, you may be meeting your soulmate. I don't like to say that because that's kind of dumb. Like, I think what it really means is you're gonna find the connection to others a little bit easier. You're gonna be able to connect to others. You may find your soulmate. You may already have your soulmate, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting kind of like, how do I want to explain it? I'm not the kind of tarot reader that's like, you're going to meet your soulmate in 6 months or within this time, and they're going to have blue eyes and black hair, or, blah, blah. No. This is the energy surrounding the springtime for you based on this pile that you chose. So this is the energy that you're choosing with your intuition. Yes, but it's not like the pile that you choose is going to be like setting your destiny in motion or anything like that. I just want to clarify. 2 of Cups is a really good energy. It's about connection. Deep, spiritual, true, authentic, beautiful, heart-pounding, loving, kind, fruitful connection between you and someone else, or a bunch of someone else's, or between you and a cute little doggy, or, you know what I'm saying? It's like that connection where you're like, oh, I'm really not alone here. I really can rely on other people to help me feel supported, to help me feel whole and loved, and to bring me joy. And there's that saying where you have to love yourself first before anyone else can love you, which is 100% true. And this is saying, like, you have loved yourself, you've done that work, and now you can start to feel the love that's all around you, especially in intimate connections. So this is more like one-on-one kind of energy, but it could be with lots of different people. So really beautiful. That's coming for you this spring. It's a great time for you to move towards romantic endeavors if that's something that you would like to do. It's a great time for you to deepen the connections that are already there for you. So family, friends, acquaintances, strangers, these connections are going to bring you joy, bring you light. And that lightheartedness is going to carry on into this card. The Fool card is one of my favorite cards. Definitely some Sagittarius energy in my opinion. Similar to the Page of Wands, which we had in the previous pile. So similar energy for spring is you're taking risks. We'll call them risks, but I think more just like you're going for it. You're jumping without looking, but you have faith that it's all going to be okay. You're you don't have to have everything planned out to every minute detail for you to take action. You're trusting, you're believing, you're being optimistic, you're being open and excited for sure, enthusiastic. You're looking forward and you're jumping for it, you're going for it, whatever it is, and you feel supported by the people around you or by that one intimate relationship. You have support, so you feel like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. I'm going for it, whatever it is. Possibly your dreams, possibly this bigger picture. You may be wanting to travel somewhere. This Fool card is pictured with a little, like, I think it's so cute, one of these little, like, bags on a stick. Like, who does that? Has that ever been a thing? It must have been a thing, but I've only ever seen it in cartoons. But yeah, like, you don't need a lot. You don't have to carry a lot of baggage with you. Could be another interpretation. You're kind of letting all that BS fall away, and you're lighthearted. You're moving forward. You got the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, you're taking action on your ideas. You are moving swiftly on into the future. I'm getting some Aries energy, even though, the swords is air sign. I'm thinking Aries when I look at all of this. Yeah, sweet Aries. So you may be an Aries. Very loving, very open, very vulnerable in a way that makes opportunities more available to you. You're not closed off and you're moving forward. You're taking action. If an opportunity arises that's in alignment with what you're already trying to manifest for yourself, you're going to go for it speedily, hastily, very quickly. I can see that nothing really is holding you back in spring for you. Like, all the barriers, all the obstacles are moving out of your way, and you're gonna just go boom, right to wherever you're going. That's really cool. I'm gonna take a bite of this apple. No, I'm not. I'm gonna restrain myself and finish reading your cards. Okay. Up next, you have this card number 10, Transformation. Cool. Transformation. Love it. I'll interpret that. Potential, transformation, total submersion. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. So that's what I'm talking about with this Knight of Swords, this Fool card. Totally going for it. No questions asked. Nothing stands in your way. Oh, but I have to do laundry. No, fuck your laundry. You'll do your laundry eventually. But like, going for it, there's no hesitation. I can see that, and that's going to bring you prosperity. Finally, bountiful harvest. Yeah. So really beautiful. Wow. So springtime is going to be super colorful for you, bountiful. Whenever you go and you follow your passions, you follow your instincts, and you submerge yourself in this potential, this transformation of whatever resources you have, transforming those resources, that potential, into an actual physical harvest by the end of spring, or whatever, by fall, traditional harvest, blah blah blah. Well, that's a good point. Whatever you do in spring, wherever you take that leap of faith, you may see it come to fruition in the fall, possibly for some of you. Yeah, I think I also see with transformation and potential, I get the vibe of the Magician card. The Magician is in the tarot deck. That card didn't come up for you, but that's the vibe I'm getting, is a person who takes what they have, the resources that they have, and they are able to transform it, to use alchemy to create a whole new thing, something new, magical, beautiful, amazing, just with their manifestation skills, their ability to create. So very powerful. pile number 3. Very powerful, very positive. Honestly, totally good vibes all around for you guys. You know, some of the other decks had some things holding them back that they needed to work on. I think that you guys have done the work already, and you're seeing the support. You're feeling the support, like in your gut, in your heart, wherever you feel that. You can feel, like the tingles of change, transformation within yourself. You're not so afraid to take risk, to take chances. You're not overthinking, overcomplicating the steps that you need to take to get to your goal. You're really crushing it. I can see in spring. There's nothing that's stopping you. You've got a lot of potential. I see there's like a little person on the inside of this bigger person, and then she's like, what is she holding? I don't know what that is. I can see that you're holding some other people in your heart, like I was just saying with the Two of Cups. Like you're feeling empowered because you're feeling supported. I think empowered to transform, to create that change, to submerge yourself in whatever activity, passion project that you are interested in. And then yeah, it's saying like if you follow through, which it looks like there's no doubt that you will, you're going to succeed, and you're going to be able to collect your harvest at the end of it all. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm going to pull some more cards for you. Pile number 3. This card came up for pile number 2 also, so transformation and change. That's just another, I'll put it over here next to transformation. That's another confirmation that, yeah, this is a time of transformation and change. And you've got a butterfly in this picture, and butterflies in this picture as well. So just imagining like you've spent the time in your cocoon. You've spent the time processing, building, strengthening, releasing, all that. So transformation change is happening for you based on what you've done. The next card you got was hibernation and regeneration. Ooh, I think that prior to this time, the springtime, you have taken a lot of self-care. You've listened to your intuition, and when it came to like you needed to rest. You've allowed yourself to rest when you needed to. You didn't push too hard, too long. You haven't burnt yourself out. You've created a safe space where even if this is an extreme example, but let's say that you have this job and it's causing a lot of mental stress, and you're just like, I have to take the day off. I have to take the week off. I have to clear my schedule. I'm not going to work for myself. Even if you were to get fired from that job, it didn't matter at that point because you prioritized your mental health, your wellness, your spiritual wellness, your freedom. You prioritized it first, and then you're now reaping the rewards of that decision, that connection, that self-care. And now for the rest of your life, you may have this new skill of understanding when it is most important to take care of yourself. And yeah, it's a skill set that you have now. Cool. All right, let's see. What else for pile number 3? What's coming up for them in spring? Milk and honey. Yes. Oh, guys, there's this like cute little elephant bathing in this milk and honey. It's like, yes, you've taken care of yourself. You knew when to hibernate, when to regenerate. And same thing with like this rainbow. Like that's the culmination of your efforts, your endeavors, the culmination of all of the spiritual shadow work, the work that you've done to heal yourself, heal your past traumas, the ways that you've been in this world. You're reaping in the benefits this spring. You are bathing in milk and honey, and you are feeling fabulous. What else? I just saw a card. I'm not going to pull it, but it said not for you. So I think, yeah, you understood what wasn't for you, or you will understand what wasn't for you. And yeah, you're coming to the edge. This is the same thing as the Fool card. You're taking that risk. You're walking to the edge, fearless in your endeavors going for it, recognizing what isn't for you and then moving towards what is for you fearlessly. Or with fear perhaps, but also with faith that is stronger than your fear, faith that things will work out for you if you follow your true inner guidance, your true desires that are in line with the desires of, let's say God. If you're religious or spiritual, your desires, God's will, the divine plan, like all of these things, you're just in line with what is for the ultimate good, basically. So whenever you go to the edge, whenever it feels scary to take that risk, you have faith that's bigger than your fear, and you know it's not for you. Up next, fork in the road. Okay, so there may be a decision that you actually do have to make in the spring. I think maybe a smaller decision happened previously, or a bigger decision. You're gonna have a similar decision to make in the springtime that you've already had practice making before. And I think the message here is that you always need to choose what's going to be best for your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health. So there's going to be another decision that's going to be similar to one that you've already made. And so you've already had practice in taking that leap of faith and not choosing fear, choosing love instead, choosing to love yourself, to care for yourself, to bathe yourself in milk and honey, the milk and honey of freedom, of choosing happiness over choosing maybe stability or perceived stability. I don't know. There's going to come another opportunity for you to flex this muscle that you've been building. And yeah, and the more that you flex this muscle of self-care, of choosing yourself first, of putting yourself first, and of course I don't mean like neglecting your responsibilities to others. If you have children, or if you have friends or family that count on you, which I can see that you do, the Two of Cups goes both ways. You're getting support, you're giving support. I'm not saying not to give that reciprocal energy to those relationships. That's always super important. And it's also good to lean on some of those people in times when you have to make decisions. But flexing the muscle of choosing yourself when it comes to where you're putting your energy out into this world. Okay, so like not allowing yourself to be taken advantage of course, and being able to discern, to recognize when I don't know. I think you get what I'm saying, because I don't really know how I was going to say the last part of that sentence, and that's okay. All right, let's see. Let's get a couple more cards for pile number 3. Follow your dreams and help will find you in unforeseen ways. That's what I've been saying. I think that's what these cards have been saying. Follow your dreams first, and then help will find you. Take the leap first. Come to the edge first. Move swiftly. Take action. Don't look back. Jump. Submerge. Total submersion. Follow your dreams and help will find you in unforeseen ways. So maybe for some of you, whenever you take the risk, then this Two of Cups energy is going to come in. For some of you, you may find a relationship that could last the rest of your life from taking a chance, from trusting your intuition, from trusting that you deserve a bountiful harvest. You deserve all the milk and honey. You deserve to hibernate, to rest, to regenerate when you need to. You deserve to transform the potential within you, turning it into something beautiful. I'm starting to talk like a preacher because I'm really getting into this. Yeah, follow your dreams and help will find you in unforeseen ways. Have faith. Faith. Anything else? Anything else? Be open to new experiences. That's kind of a funny card. It's like some sailors in submarine, and then there's like some mermaids, and they're like, hey, naked mermaids, pretty cool. I don't know why I felt the need to explain this card to you, but be open to new experiences. Yeah, be open to new experiences, and I guess go on a submarine if that's what you want to do. Get naked if that's what you want to do. Something to do with the ocean. For some of you, maybe you want to go and take a break, and maybe your place where you can regenerate it is at the ocean. So like dipping your whole body into the ocean, feeling rejuvenated. That's actually sounding really good. I kind of want to plan an ocean trip now. Okay. And then you got this message from the Flower Petal Oracle, and it says, tomorrow brings the illumination of your hopes. So something to come. Keep being positive. Keep riding your wave of positive vibrations. And tomorrow, maybe literally tomorrow, for some of you, could literally mean tomorrow will bring the illumination of your hopes. I think also just speaking about the future holds, really positive things for you. Oh, okay. The comfort of good company heals old hurts. So keeping your heart open to this Two of Cups, this soulmate, this connection to others. Your message definitely has to do with other people or one other person or dog or, whatever. You get what I'm saying. That connection. It's going to open you up to these new experiences. You're going to feel supported on your path. This is super exciting, you guys. I'm really happy for you. I'm really excited for you. Please leave a comment below if you have any kind of synchronicities with any of the cards that came out, or if you just want to share something that's going on in your life. That's a great place to do it. I would love to see what you have to say. Thank you, Pile 3. Have a great week, day. Have a great spring, and good luck to you. Welcome, pile number 4, to your reading. Let's find out what spring has to bring for you. So I'm going to put your beautiful crystal up here, and we're going to go ahead and dive right in. So to begin, we're going to start with your tarot cards. Tarot card number 1 is the 3 of Cups. Number 2, the Devil in reverse. Number 3, Death in reverse. Don't be afraid. It's all good. It really is. Okay. So starting with the 3 of Cups. Spring is going to bring some really fulfilling social interactions, group settings. So obviously in a safe way, if you're watching this in real time or, when the video comes out. Yes, we're still in a pandemic, and we're going to need to be safe as we enter into the springtime. Probably this doesn't mean you're going to go to South Padre Island or whatever for spring break, but it does mean that you're going to be able to gather with your friends, family in a safe way, and that's going to be really fulfilling to you. This card's really springy in of itself. It just looks like, this person's playing music, making a little beetle dance. There's waterfalls, so enjoying some time outside, lots of healthy fruits and vegetables. So I'm also thinking that in spring you may feel revitalized, rejuvenated, and excited to start a new healthy eating habit. So if you've thought about that, there's confirmation for you to introduce some more fruits and vegetables and living nutrients into your body. So whole grains as well, healthy proteins, maybe trying out a vegan diet or a plant-based diet or a diet that just incorporates more healthy, full, whole foods. I don't know why I felt the need to share that with you, but if that's something that you thought about, then this is a confirmation of that. Also, using your friends as accountability buddies to keep each other in a high vibration, in a positive state. So, making sure that you're checking on your friends and family regularly if you're not able to gather. And when you are able to gather safely, obviously, you're going to be cherishing those times. Cherishing the time spent around the beauty, the exuberance and the warmth of others, the people that you love. So yeah, spring is gonna be the time when that comes in for you. Okay, you got reverse the devil. You're getting rid of your addictions, or you're getting rid of them. They're loosening their grip on you. That's not how I want to say it either. So I'm just practicing saying words. Bear with me. What do I want to say? What I want to say is something that's held you in something that's been holding you back. You know what it is. I don't know what it is. This is a general reading. What has been holding you back? That could just literally mean the restrictions due to the pandemic. It can mean the drinking too much, the playing too many video games, or, anything that's in excess used to numb the pain of disconnection, perhaps. Used to numb the pain of confusion, of what's going to happen next, where am I going, when am I gonna get on the right path, that kind of thing. That's lifting. It's the devil card is in reverse. The devil card talks about restraint, restriction, addictions, perceived inability to have any control over what's going on in your life. And in reverse, it means that it's finally lifting. You're becoming freer. If you were to watch my other piles, I was talking very animatedly and quickly, and then there's some heaviness around pile number 4, and I feel like you've really had a hard time, more so than others, dealing with circumstances of the past, be that the past week, the past month or year or years. You're coming out of a hard time, and I want to give you a virtual hug right now and a virtual smooch, because I can tell that you've been through it, and I can see that some of those restrictions are lifting. There's an inner transformation happening, a deep inner transformation. Some of the other piles spoke of transformation, but yours is like very core to your being. Spiritual awakening could be a phrase used for this pile. You got the death card in reverse, so that's inner awakening, rebirth. Whatever it is that you're coming out of, and you are coming out of it, must have had a huge impact on your well-being or your mental fitness, your life looks like it was restrained for a long time. And I don't want to be too dramatic about this, but I do see that maybe living in isolation was really hard for you. And hopefully, if all things go well, it seems that you're going to be able to introduce yourself back into the swing of things. Things are going to start to move a little bit easier. You may find yourself laughing more. You may find yourself not feeling so inhibited in social situations, more open, more free to be yourself. You may have found that the trials that you've been through in the past have brought about a new confidence, a new sense of self-worth, an inner core knowing that no matter how bad it gets, you're always going to be there for yourself. Another layer of knowingness, another layer of support that is all from within. And like I said, these restrictions, these restraints, these addictions that have held you in anxiety, in fear, these are lifting. They are. And it might not happen overnight. It might be a gradual experience of being able to breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit more fully, being able to notice the wind in your hair and the sunshine on your skin, and being able to listen to the birds instead of listening to this constant cyclical nature of ruminating thoughts of anxiety. Like all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh wow, look at the shape of that cloud. Or I'm just going to sit and pet my dog for a second. I'm going to watch the flicker of a candle and listen to my breath. And I'm going to know that I'm okay. And I'm going to know more than ever that I'll always be okay because of what I've already been through, because I've made it through. You're coming out of the dark, damp tunnel that's restricted you. As I say that, I kind of see this like, it looks like this kind of, oh yeah, well, when I haven't flipped over this way, you can see like this person death thing is going through a tunnel, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, you're making your way towards the light at the end of the tunnel, basically. And it does seem like you may have been feeling really depressed. I'm going to move on to your tarot cards. I don't want this to be too intense. If this resonates with you, please continue to listen. If this seems like a little bit too much, and you don't resonate, this message may be for only a few people. So if you would like, you can go and pick another pile. But if this resonates, stay with me, because I think this is a really powerful reading. This is the most kind of like I'm feeling this reading the most in my emotional body, in my gut, in my heart space. So I have a message to give. If this is resonating with you, please stick around. Okay. Up next, you've got the card, ooh, I dropped it, of discernment. Number 8. Number 8 is also a card of powerful transformation. It's the number of Scorpio, which is also the number of death. And yeah, so I'm gonna do a little bit more digging into this card, because I have the booklet next to me. I want to see what it's Blood of Wed. It's the god. She's a goddess. I'm thinking she's maybe Nordic or something. I'll find out and see what message that card has. But discernment, okay, clarity, discernment and clarity, yeah. Resilience, card number 1. Resilience, that's what I'm feeling. Yeah, you've discovered a deeper layer of your own inner strength and your own inner resilience. It says there's no need to rush or push. This is a time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. Yes, you have the determination, you have the patience, you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way because of what you've been through, because of what you're coming out of. Discernment, clarity, resilience, and then finally, hope and happiness. Fuck yes. Awesome. Wow, okay. So I can see a time of celebration. A time of celebration, a time of connection with groups. Perhaps seeking out a support group would be really good for you. I'm thinking if the pandemic has left you maybe kind of addicted or coming out of an addictive situation, Groups like Alcoholics Anonymous would be beneficial if, of course, you're an alcoholic. But other groups for other addictions exist out there as well, or just groups that don't actually have to do with anything specific. Meeting on a Zoom chat for, I have a friend who does group meetings for highly sensitive people. So if you consider yourself highly sensitive, maybe seeking something out like that. But finding your group, finding a group of people that are similar to you, that can, I think that can bring about clarity for you. It'll help, and it may bring happiness. If you've been feeling isolated, feeling down, then connecting with others is going to be really cool for you. And I think that the meaning of this reading is to say that's already coming in for you. You just have to accept it. You just have to, let's say that the universe or God or the divine is reaching out to you, and they're reaching out all the way to you, and you just got to go like that extra inch to touch, if you understand what I'm saying. So you've got to just put in a little bit of effort, and then you may find some clarity in those situations. You've got a new ability to be able to discern what is and isn't for you, and you've got a new resilience about you, and there is hope and happiness on your horizon, and this is what you've been waiting for, this big sigh of relief. You may have lost all hope at one point. It may have gotten quite dark for you. You may have thought that hope was never something that you would ever feel again, but it is coming. So I'm going to pull up number 8, discernment. Blood of Wed. I don't know how to say that name. Oh, she's a Welsh maiden goddess. We'll call her Blood of Wed. Her name means flowers, blossoms, and flower face, beautiful and youthful. She was made from flowers and herbs from the wife of the king, Lulaw Gifts. I butchered that as well. While her husband was away on business, she met a hunter. The two lovers plotted to kill her husband but failed. What the hell? She was turned into an owl and belongs purely to the night. She quietly makes herself known to you when you are being initiated into a higher level of self-awareness. She cautions you to be discerning with your inner knowingness and higher senses. Trust your hunches and intuitions when dealing with people. If you deceive yourself, the world will mirror deception back to you. So, okay. Keywords: discernment, passage from youth to adulthood, milestones, being clever, being astute, following hunches, intuition. Discernment. So maybe what you've experienced has brought on a new level of discernment for you, a new level of clarity, a new level of resilience, all that I've already said, and definitely some hope and happiness along the way. So let's get some more cards for you. Let's see. So as pile number 4 is moving through this transformative time, as they are connecting with groups of people with similar hobbies, with similar interests and likes, or perhaps similar experiences, what can they expect spring to bring to them? Serendipity. Really positive. Yeah, like this is your time to follow your hunches, follow your intuition. You got like the 4-leaf clover, so maybe even around St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. There's some good luck on your way. Serendipity. Serendipity meaning like those happenstance circumstances. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say is like when everything starts to fall into place. That's what I see. Everything is starting to fall into place. The really negative, bad vibes are lifting. I don't mean to like downplay serious mental illness, like depression, anxiety is like bad vibes, but this is a general reading, so some of you who may be watching may have experienced a milder version of whatever this energy is. It's all on a spectrum. You know, we all experience things in our own way, and we're all sensitive in different ways. So what I'm trying to say is that negative energy is lifting, and you're coming into a place where you can finally feel hopeful again. You can feel true happiness again. You're more clear than you've ever been, so you're able to recognize serendipitous moments for what they are. Really beautiful. And you're like being lifted up and out. What else? What else for pile number 4? All that glitters. So I think that has to do with discernment, being able to say all that glitters is not gold, right? Being able to discern what is valuable, what is worth your time, and what is not. I think whatever you have been through, whatever it was for you, you're going to be able to see more clearly what's best and what you should put your energy towards, because you're getting your energy back. I can see that maybe for a time you've had a lack of energy. Your energy is coming back. You're going to be like, you're going to know what friends are for you. You're going to know what relationships are going to bring you true happiness and fulfillment. You're going to know which relationships are not for you, definitely not for you. You're going to know for sure now. If you had been questioning in the past, whatever you've been through, now you know yourself a lot deeper, because of times of introspection, of times of darkness when all you had was yourself. So yeah, you're just going to know. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. You're remembering, you're becoming clear on what it is that you're here for, why you're here, meaning what brings you happiness, following that, remembering who you are. This is deep. Like, if you go back to the other piles, they're not like this. This is very soul remembrance. This is very powerful stuff. So you made it through. Congratulations, pile number 4. You did make it through, and there's a lot of prosperity and beauty and abundance on your way. And then you got this card, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Defenseless, riding past wrongs, uprooting. I'm thinking you're apologizing to yourself. You're apologizing yourself for letting things get this bad, or not being there for yourself when you really needed it. You could be apologizing to others. You could be making amends here, but I think really it's about not setting the boundaries, not being able to discern, not knowing what you needed to know before you were hurt. So you're saying, I'm sorry to yourself. You're forgiving yourself. Okay. What else for pile number 4? Rebirth and reinvention. Yes, you're stepping out of the waters, reborn, refreshed, renewed, like resilient, clear. You're remembering. You're remembering who you were born to be, and you're being reborn in this moment, in every moment. You're reinventing yourself. Every opportunity to make a choice that's going to be toward your true life purpose is going to be more clear to you, and you're going to be able to make those decisions easier than ever before. Go to if you're a beach person, I said this in the last pile too. If you're a beach person, get your ass to the beach. Get your ass in the ocean. Let those waters heal you. Let them cleanse you. Same face on, I'm just going to point this out. That's the same face. The same expression. That like bliss, serenity, peace. I have the ability to discern what I can control and what I can't control. So I take care of what I can control, and I give the rest up to God or to the divine or to the universe, or however you want to think of that aspect, your connection to spirit. Cool. And then you got this card, says affirmation for acceptance, accepting what has happened. You know, this kind of witchy lady is flying away from the tornado, saying like there's this destruction that happened, and it was fated. Fate, what's going back to this card, the fated life versus the destiny life, recognizing what was fated and accepting it so that you can move on. Accepting whatever that dark shit was. Accepting it so you can move on. Refresh, renewed, remembering. More clear, more resilient than ever before. Moving towards hope, happiness, serendipity. Next card you got was give love. So yeah, I do see that you're going to meet your people. You're going to be calling in your tribe. Your tribe is on the horizon with that 3 of Cups, same energy. You're going to be able to connect to groups of people that are like you. If you felt alone, it won't be that way for much longer. You're going to find your people. And I see here you've got the full moon and full moon, so be looking out for full moons. Maybe, you know, if it's not a little too woo-woo for you, there are full moon gatherings that happen. It doesn't have to be in person. It can be online. So if you're into witchy stuff like myself, then full moon gatherings could be good for you as well. Maybe going on your beach trip, centering your beach trip around a full moon. Really good time to cleanse in water. Your reading's a little bit longer because I was speaking slower. I really wanted to speak with intention for you guys. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards. I'm going to try not to interpret them so much so that we can get through this reading. Can we get any more information for pile number 4? So it says it's okay to have a voice and speak your truth. Yeah, so for a while, maybe you have not been putting yourself out there. You haven't been speaking to a lot of people. You haven't been sharing yourself with the world. And now it's saying, okay, you've been through it. You've been through the ringer. Now you know some things. And now it's time for you to share what you know. And to do so with confidence. And to know that your opinion definitely matters. It's almost like you're a whole different person now, in a good way. Okay, let me get one more card to end this reading. Can we get one final message for pile number 4? One final message for pile number 4. Magnolia, it says, you will find what you need in the wisdom of your heritage. Message for some of you. Wisdom of your heritage, maybe going and, you know, finding out about your ancestors, about your culture, where you came from. There's a message for some of you. And then also, ooh, boom, the past is over. Let your true self step forward. Same thing, rebirth and reinvention. The past is over. You've got clarity. You've got resilience. You remember. You're able to discern what glitters, what's fake gold. I'm just trying to tie all this together, but like you've got that now. That can't be taken away from you. And now you've got this new power to step forward and to let your true self shine through. Cool. Okay. I'm going to stop here. I hope that this resonated with you. I hope that you got some good clarity and validation for what you've gone through and what you're stepping towards now. I see that your future is going to be more hopeful and happy than it has been, more serendipitous. Super proud of you, pile number 4, for sticking it through, for continuing to be a light in this world. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment if you have anything to say, and I would love to hear from you. All right. Have a great spring. Bye.